Now, some of you may know that I was recently selected to serve on the Energy and Commerce Committee. This committee is the oldest standing committee in Congress, and arguably today it is the most powerful committee in the U.S. House of Representatives. It touches over 70% of the legislation that the U.S. House considers, and it touches virtually every sector of America's economy. As a member of this powerful committee, I now have direct oversight over the EPA and their war against fossil fuels in general. In fact, I serve on 3 subcommittees. I serve on the Commerce, Manufacturing, and Trade Subcommittee, the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee, and probably the most important one for your industry, the Economy and Environment Subcommittee. That's where the oversight of the EPA comes in. On this subcommittee, I'm going to be looking at the EPA and watching what it's doing, including its efforts to regulate hydraulic fracturing. You're probably aware that the EPA is in the middle of a multi-year study to look at the process of fracking. Well, first of all, I got to ask myself, why do we need a multi-year study? My God, we've been studying this stuff for 60 plus years. What is it that you don't know about? Come and ask us, we'll tell you. But they're doing a multi-year study. Now, if they do the study correctly, they're going to find out what we already know, as I mentioned, that we can go after this resource, we can harvest it efficiently, we can harvest it effectively, and we can do it in a way that protects the environment. We've proven that. But unfortunately, and I know this is going to be a secret and it's going to shock some of them, you can't trust Washington bureaucrats to get it right. Does that surprise you? That's why I led a letter with over 20 of my colleagues from the region to ensure that the EPA conducts the fracking study in a scientifically sound manner, rather than simply trying to appease environmental radicals. Now, I'm hopeful that the administration is going to do this right. But I'm going to tell you that we're going to be watching very close. I and my colleagues on the Energy and Commerce Committee are going to be watching to make sure that they do. Another point I'd like to make, and I want to make sure it's clear, that small, independent Ohio operators are just as important to what we're doing, going after this resource, as the big multinational companies like Chesapeake, BP, and others.